Hello everyone and welcome back again to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Ogonna, and if you're new here, please do all to subscribe to my channel, like and comment on this video. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for always checking back on my channel. I really appreciate. So in today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys my delivery story. So I always like telling myself my delivery story. Like even with my first daughter, even with my second daughter, I'm always telling myself these stories. So I decided to share it here so that I can always reach out to you, because I usually tell myself this story because I don't want to forget the experience. I don't want to forget every step or everything that happened. I want to always remember it. So I'm always telling it to myself. So I decided what's the best way to remind myself of this story, if not to share it here on YouTube, and I can always come back to watch it, and you guys can also watch it, hear my story and enjoy it. So I gave birth on the 31st of August, and my daughter will soon be turning 3 months old, and I'm really excited for that. On that day, I went to work as normal. In fact, before then, like, everyone will ask, when is your maternity leave starting? And I'll be like, it's starting on the 1st of September. Everybody that asked me, I'll just tell them 1st of September, as though I knew that I was going to give birth a day before. So on the 31st of August, for me, it was the last time I was coming to work. I was already like 39 weeks plus. 39 weeks and some few days. I just said after that day I'll stop coming to work, I'll start my leave. Hopefully before 40 weeks my baby will come, because with my first child she came at exactly 39 weeks. Actually her birthday was even the September 1st. So on that day I went to work normal. I was also chatting with my friends, like, I'm tired of being pregnant, I just want to give birth, I can't wait to give birth. You know, the normal thing when you get to that stage, you're just almost exhausted with being pregnant. You just want to see your baby. There is nothing else you want to do at that point than just to see your baby. So I was feeling that way, and they were like, don't worry, she will soon come, you know, the normal thing. And I'm like, yes, I know she will soon come and I can't wait. So around like 3 p.m. I started feeling some type of way, but then before that already my baby had already descended. So I usually feel some pain in my pelvic if I walk for a while, or if I just walk for a while. If I do a long walk or something, I start feeling pressure down there. So I was feeling that kind of pressure, but it was a little different. And I was like, at this kind of pressure, is it just the normal work? But I'm in the office, it's not like I did a lot of works or anything. So I said, let me just watch it though. After a while, I said, let me go and ease myself and maybe check if my show is out or something like that. I went, I checked, nothing was there. I came back and sat down. I was just feeling this pressure. But then it wasn't really like my first level experience, because the pressure was just there. It was not going and coming back, and it wasn't really like contraction. After a while, and I said, let me just go home. If it's labor, I'll go to the hospital. If it's not labor, I'll just relax and rest. At this point, I also need rest. So I packed my things and I left. I called my husband and told him that it's like labor has started. I'm not really sure, but I'm on my way home. I'm coming back. So I came back home, and it was just really weird. But at this point it was already coming and going, but it was not really painful. I tried to time it and it was just so inconsistent. Sometimes 10 minutes, sometimes like, I now decided to, okay, since it's not yet painful, I told my husband, let us wait maybe around 8 p.m. because I got back home like past 5 or to 6. I told him around 8 p.m. we can start going to the hospital if it gets serious. For now, I don't think there is need for us to go to the hospital. And then I decided to cook. You know, I used to see people on YouTube and even hear stories. Some people, their water will even break and they'll still sleep through the night before going to the hospital. Some will still run around, cook and the rest of it. And I said, let me just cook. At least I was cooking something that was going to take me like 30 minutes maximum to put it on fire, and I can do whatever I want to do. So I decided to cook, because if I and my husband are leaving for the hospital, nobody will be around to cook for my younger sister and my daughter. So I decided to make okpa for them before going to the hospital. Guys, before I could finish that okpa, before I could finish cooking, it was like a struggle for me to put through. But then my husband was already preparing things for us to go to the hospital. I just had to use the last strength in me. By that time the contractions were now strong, unlike before that it wasn't really strong and it was just in the front. Like, that was why I was confused at first. I said, what is it, false labor? Because it was just in my pelvic area, not around my waist or anything. It was just in front down there. So I was really confused, this type of pain. But this time I became stronger. I had to just round up what I was doing, take my bath, repack the rest of the thing and start going to the hospital. Guys, that journey to the hospital still remains the longest journey I've ever made in my life, because it took so much time and the road was free. It was already getting dark at that point, but my hospital is a little far although I had registered with another private hospital within my area in case of emergency, but that hospital is my main hospital and that's where I wanted to give birth. So the other hospital I usually just go for scans there because it's closer, I can just walk there and the rest of it. But this my main hospital is like 30 minutes away from house. At this time my contractions were really strong and it was just really painful. We were going, I was trying to track it, I was praying, I was, at some point it was now like 4 minutes, 5 minutes interval, the contractions. God, I really got scared. I was like, God, please just help me to, let me just get to this hospital, because 4-5 minutes, because I even had to Google it. When your contractions are like 4-5 minutes, what does it mean? They're like, the baby's about to come, this and this. I say, God, please let this baby don't come inside the car, because who will I even see? It was already getting dark and the road is not like a very busy road, but you will not really see people except people start stopping their cars to come and help you give birth to your baby. And it was getting late. I just told God, please just help me get to this hospital. I don't want to give birth inside the car. Like, my husband, is he going to be the midwife or what? How is it going to even happen? So I was just asking God to please, just at that point was like, God, just help us get to this hospital, because the pain was coming stronger and it was just short intervals, like 4 minutes, like everything was just ready. So we got to the hospital and I had to wait for the pain to calm down, and then I went to the labor ward. So by the time we got to the hospital, it was already past 7, like 7:20, 7:25 ish, just around that time. So I went into the labor ward. In my mind self, I was thinking my 5 would still be with the antenatal guys, but luckily for me, they already moved my 5 to the labor ward because I was almost due, so everything was just happening good. I went to meet the midwives. I told them I'm in labor. They're like, with this your smiling face, because at that point the contraction had subsided. And I told her that, this face is not smiling, you people should come and check me. They said no problem, that they are coming. So I went out again to wait, and the contractions came again, and after a while they were not coming. So I now went and told them, you should come and check me, please come and check me. They now said okay, that they are coming to check me. And backstory, I was really scared for this pregnancy, because I always hear that your pregnancies are not the same, that the first one was easy doesn't mean the second one was easy. My first labor delivery experience was quite easy also. So at this pregnancy, I had a lot of stress. I was so stressed, so I was just praying to God, like, please, the only thing I need now is just an easy delivery story, easy delivery process. I don't want anything tough again. I've already had a tough pregnancy. I don't want anything tough again. Please just help me this time around, the same way you helped me with the first one. That was just my prayer. So I now asked the nurses to come and check me. At this time, they followed me, told me where I would stay, because there was a way they did it, where you just come, they check you first before they now start taking you to your room and the rest of it. So the nurse came and checked me, and I was 7 cm dilated already. You can imagine. So when the nurse now checked me, she was like, this lady is serious, so it's not smiling, it's not by a smiling face. I told you know, like, so at that point, everybody, they now started trying to get things ready for me, but then the pain was getting stronger and stronger. At some point I could not hold it again. They now asked me to come inside, took me to my room, and that was where they had to put my IV. At this point, the pain was like, it was as though the pain was just waiting for me to get to the hospital. Like, I feel that if I had waited 10 more minutes before getting to the hospital, I don't know what would have happened to me inside the car, because everything, it was just like, after the nurse now checked me, the baby was, I want to come out now and now. Like, everywhere was just rushed. By the time she checked me, few minutes later they came to check me again and was like, the baby is coming, they are ready. The pain was just coming, because it was as though immediately she just finished checking me, the pain got intense, and a few minutes later they had to come and check me again, and then the next thing was like, the baby is coming, the baby is ready to come. So everything was now like a rush. They were trying to get the delivery room ready, they were putting my IV, another doctor was busting my water and everything. I was just telling me I should not push, calm down, I should not push. So, and you know, when once they bust your water, the pain gets more intense. And so that was just what was happening to me, and it was just so fast. Day 2, they were trying to match up with everything, because I just came in, like literally I just came in, and so it wasn't like they were prepared for me. So they had to open my bag, get my stuffs, arrange things, put in all the injections and the rest of it. Told my husband to go and do some tests and every other thing. And then I was taken to the delivery room, and a few minutes later I gave birth. Like, I gave birth, is it 30 minutes on arrival? did I even say 30 minutes? Because I had my baby 7:47 and I arrived the hospital around 7:20. So I'm not even sure it was up to 30 minutes. Like everything just happened so fast, so quick, and everything. So after I had my baby, they took her, dressed her up, cleaned me up, and they brought us out to meet my husband. After meeting my husband, we went back and I started breastfeeding my baby, because you know immediately you give birth, they advise you to introduce breast milk or breastfeeding immediately. It will help your milk to come faster, and also the baby might be hungry. And even before I gave birth, my milk was already there, so I just had to introduce breastfeeding immediately and the rest of it. So but this wasn't the end of the story. Something else happened after this point. After I had met my husband, we've taken pictures and the rest of it, called family members and the rest of it, something else happened. Because you know, after the delivery, because it happened so fast, I wasn't weak, I was still strong. It was almost as if nothing happened. So for me, it almost felt like nothing happened the next moment. And so I went back to rest, because that's the advice they always give us. Once you're done giving birth, just go and rest. They even tell us not to bath immediately, because sometimes you think you're strong and then you go to bath and you slump there in the bathroom. So in the hospital, they will always advise you to go and rest, maybe eat and sleep, or just sleep first before you eat and the rest of it. So I went back to rest, and then the part 2 happened. Well, if you want to continue with this story, you have to stay tuned. I'll be uploading what happened later in my next video, so stay tuned, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also like and comment on this video. Thank you for watching.